Good afternoon or good evening now. It's after 6 o'clock. Welcome back to Mind Your Business. I am your host, Tanika Steves. And this evening we have Keisha Davis, who is a loving wife, mother, daughter, and friend. She's a lifelong resident of Muncie, Indiana, and she is the CEO and owner of the Kids Coloring Box. I am very delighted to have her on the show. I've known Keisha for a very long time, and just to see the things that she is doing is a blessing, not just for her family, but for others in our community as well. So thank you for watching us tonight and joining in. And I hope you are supporting local businesses, especially minority businesses that have women in them. So without any further ado, we will welcome Keisha to the show. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good. Just
Good.
got
Well,
off
thank
from
you for
work.
taking time out of your busy schedule because I know you're busy. So do me a favor for those of the people that don't know you, introduce yourself, tell us who you are, what you do, and why you do it.
Well, my name is Nakisha Davis. I own two daycares and a bouncy house business as well. I just picked that up at probably about a couple months ago. And the reason why I do it, the daycares, is because I love working with children and I love helping out my community.
All right. So when did you first decide? Because I know that you had a job that you worked in the factory for a very long time, and that's where you were. When
Hold
did
on,
you
girl.
decide that you were going to break away from that? You good?
I'm trying to get this camera right.
Just come back over. You fine. Stay right
Okay.
there. Okay,
Okay.
you good. So
Okay.
when did you decide that you were going to break away from that? Because I know a lot of times when people say they're going to start a business, and
Mm-hmm.
folks be like, "Oh, you got that good job, girl, with
Right.
benefits." I can't believe you're going to walk away from that. When did
Yeah.
you decide? What made you do it, and how did you do it without letting those people in your ear?
Well, I wanted to do it back in maybe the early 2000s. I wanted to do that. And honestly, my friend Angela Smith, that owns We Walkers, you know what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
inspired me to do it back then as well. But um, I continued to get good jobs, like you said, working at General Motors, working at Ford, and my last job was at Nestle. And I was at Nestle going on 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I told Angie, I'm like, hey, I really want to just, start my own daycare. And she was just like, she sent me the link. And I never did do it, even though, I asked her for the link. And she kept on at me. Did you get on that link yet? Did you get on that link yet? And when I finally did, she kept her foot on my neck pretty much. And, I just took off with it, and that was in May of 2018 is when I quit Nestle. But I had started looking for a home and, renting out a home back in my hometown because technically I was in Fishers. I had moved to Fishers in 2016, and we was in Fishers, me and my husband and my kids, and we had moved back to my hometown when I opened up my home daycare because I felt, business in my home daycare would probably kick off better than business in Fishers. So we moved back to Muncie back in 2018 and bought a home. And ever since then, May 21st is when I opened up my doors, 2018. It just like took off and I got pretty much like bombarded. I was full, only have 12. And I was pretty much full from the time I opened up. And then I was just like, within like 6 months of me opening up my home daycare, I was like, you know what? I want to open up another daycare. So I was like, I don't know. I didn't want to open another home. So I pretty much took a leap and opened up a center, which was very challenging. Very, very challenging. And I finally got through the hoops and loops with it. And as a matter of fact, I got state approved during COVID in April 1st is when I finally
Amen.
got approved. Yep. And now I
Yeah.
got my second daycare within 2 years. I had a second daycare. I had a center within 2 years of me opening up my home daycare. And then, like I said, I just started the bouncy house probably about 2 months ago. So yeah.
Okay.
And
Well,
going to school.
let's keep talking about the daycare. I want to ask you some more questions about that before we get to the bouncy house because I'm telling you, it's like you hit the ground running. And so I want to go back. And so when you decided, I'm going to do this, you had somebody in your corner that was a cheerleader rooting you on and saying,
Yeah.
hey, not only that, but somebody that could have looked at you as competition.
Right.
But that's what we need more of. We need more people to say, hey, it's enough room out here.
Yeah.
It don't matter if we doing the same thing. We're different.
Yeah.
And where she's at is one place, where you're at is another place, and it's still enough room to grow. And so I commend her for
definitely
being selfless and saying, you know what, sister, come on, let me help you, because she could have did the opposite and been like, I'm not telling you anything. So, you know, that says a lot about her character.
Exactly. And trust me, a lot of people tried that though. A lot
So
of
that's what that leads me to. What did people have to say as far as what you're doing and why you're doing it, and if you should or should not do it?
Well, a lot of people was like, oh, I can't believe that you did that. And, you know, of course, you got people saying, oh, a lot of people doubted you. You know what I mean? They think you can do it, but, you know, you proved them wrong. And I'm like, wow, really? People really talk like this. Like, you know, y'all really sit back and discuss what, you know what I mean, other Black women or anybody's doing with their business instead of trying to encourage them. Y'all really sitting back thinking, oh, she's gonna fall. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. She's not gonna make it. But yeah, they tried that with me and Angie. Trust. You know what I mean? They thought, oh, it's gonna be a competition. But like, you know, I told several people that, you know, brought that to me. Oh, you know, you and Angie gonna be in competition. There's no competition. What's for her is for her. What's for me is for me. And I can't compete or even think to try to compare to a center, you know what I mean, with almost 100 kids to my home daycare. How can I even come on now? I mean, like I said, she's been in the business for over 20 years. I'm just starting. So why would it even be a think about being a competition?
Right.
That's what I
didn't understand. Not even that. So we say these are 2 Black women that we're talking about right now. Mm-hmm. But do you know how many other daycares there is?
Hello.
So why wasn't it worrisome about those other daycare centers that you might not be able to come up against or compete with? Why was that not an issue?
Exactly.
You know, it hurts my heart because I see my people, and the ones that want to do something, I'm back praying that, hey, God, open some doors for them. You know, you don't know who's watching. You don't know who's praying for you. You don't know who is actually rooting for you that's in a distance, that might just be watching. And those are the people that know. You know what I'm saying? They know. And so they're going to support you. They're going to pray for you. They're going to pour into you without you even knowing that that's happening. And so, you know, the people that don't see that, somebody told me this. They said, in order for someone to see something in you, they have to be able to see it in themselves. Yeah. And so if you are surrounded with people that don't see past the sidewalk, they're never going to be able to cross the street.
That's true.
But as soon as you cross that street, first thing they're going to say is, oh my God, cars are coming. Yeah. Oh my goodness, what if this happens? Oh my goodness. But as soon as you make it across, what happens? Girl, I knew it. I knew you was going to do it. Yeah. Girl, you always with somebody that can go after yours. But see, we get so scared that somebody's going to do something. Misery loves company. And so when we're miserable and we're happy in that misery, when we see somebody doing good, we can't be happy for them. Exactly. But see, I salute that, because if you are doing good, then that means we growing.
Yes, exactly.
It may not be hitting my household, but my people growing, and that's leaving a legacy for your children to leave to their children. And that's what I'm talking about, growth. And that's wealth to me. Yes. So, you know, thank God that you didn't listen, and you're stubborn and hard-headed, and you're going to go after what you want. But just think about, if you would have knew a long time ago in 2000s when you wanted to do this.
Yeah. Where I be. Yeah. Yeah. You know? Yes. And honestly, I wanted to, and I had asked, you know, a couple other people to go in with me, and one was like, no. Then the other one was like, okay, yeah, you know, my aunt do this, my aunt do that, you know, because I didn't know where to begin. You know what I'm saying? Angie did tell me back then you could start a home without a license, but you can only have so many, you know what I mean? So I really wasn't pressed on doing a licensed daycare at the time. Like I said, I stayed with good jobs. So I really wasn't pressed about it. It was just something I wanted to get out the factory industry. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So like I said, in 2018 is when I just took off with it, and ain't looked back since. Now, like I said, I done got my CDA credentials, and now I start my other classes to get my, degree in child development to where I can be my own director. You know what I'm saying? And just keep going up the ladder. That's what I want to do.
So what have you had to come up against as far as getting your license and getting the education? How hard has that been for you to do?
It was super hard. I mean, with having a husband, having kids, and trying to run 2 daycares. Not even though I'm not at one, but I'm still running it, such as all the paperwork. You know what I mean? Such as all the applications, such as all the payments. You know what I mean? My mom and my daughter is just over there not running it, but I'm paperwork running it.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's still a lot on me at the end of the day. But such as, going to Ivy Tech and, having to do all the classes, and you literally have to have your CDAs being a child care provider. You have to have those within 3 years of you being a child care provider. If not, your license will be revoked, you know what I mean? And everything else with the state. So that was something I had to do. It'll be 3 years coming up in May of next year. So it was something I had to complete. And I just completed that July 31st of this year. So yeah, but
and now, I don't think people understand the work and the things that you have to put into it. I think when you start a business and you start doing well, people think that it just automatically happens overnight.
No.
And it doesn't. It doesn't happen overnight. They don't see what you're doing in the background, because the business is the building and the people that come to it. But running the business is what goes on behind the scenes. And that's harder than anything.
Yes. So, yes. Especially if you just pretty much hire people by yourself, trying, and then there's like there's a lot of people out there that don't, want to work. Honestly, you know what I mean? I've been trying to get people, to work with me and stuff. So I have had my mom and my daughter hold me down. You know what I'm saying?
So let's just go ahead and talk about that then. Now, you are out here running a business, 2 businesses. We're going to talk about the third one in a minute. But you telling me now that you can employ people, right?
Yeah.
You're offering jobs to people that say they want jobs, right?
Yeah.
What's the problem, people?
That's the thing. And like I say, when I announced that I need a part-time work, and I just need part-time for now. You know what I'm saying? People inbox me. Oh, I'll come up there to get out. I think 2 people came and got applications, and I ain't heard nothing from them. But my inboxes was blowing up. Do you still need? Yeah, I still need help. Well, I'm going to come up there and get an application. Blah, 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 blah. Don't see them.
Well, I feel this way. I'm going to just say it. When they find out that you real and a legit business, and this ain't just fly by night, let me just go work over here for a minute and I can come as I please. No, this is a real deal legit business that when you come in here, you got to fill out an application, you got to fill out paperwork, you got to have an interview, you got to have a background check.
Yes.
You're going to be working with people's children, and you got to make sure that you on the up and up, because if one person comes into your organization that's not right, that is going to fall on you. That's why that happens, because they think that, well, I can just go in here and it's Keisha, she gonna give me a job. No, it's not personal, it's business, and that's how you stay successful, by running your business as a business. It's not a friend drop-in shop where you can just come and hang out, or this is legit. Because I don't care if you worked at McDonald's, you wouldn't roll up in there like that.
Yeah, I know that's right.
So
you're right.
Yeah.
Like I said, my mom and my daughter literally been holding it down with me and for me. I can't do nothing but, give them all the praise and, the glory, because if it wasn't for them, that I wouldn't be able to do this. And honestly, I'm looking out, opening up another one.
See, there you go. And I mean, and if it's in you, you'll still be able, and the right people will start to come along. Yes. And so I wouldn't even worry about getting inbox applications. I'm so serious, because you have a website or you have a facility. If they can't come in and if they can't do it the real way, then they don't need to be a part of that business. So I'm strolling through and I see that you got the kids coloring box, and then I see the kid coloring box too, and I'm like, wait a minute, what is girl, stop. Stop. My kids love bouncy houses, and we're going to have to do that this next birthday coming up in May. So here we go. I'm just like, you know what? My heart just was like, oh, I got to get her on the show, because this is the time when you need to be able to stand up and talk about what you do, why you do it. And if nobody understands why you do it and what you're doing it for, they need to see that, hey, somebody that I know that came from where I came from took a chance, followed their dream, and they're doing it. And if she can do it, I can do it. Yeah, you know? And you need to know that people support you. And you need to know that people care about what you're doing in this community. Yes. We don't get that. Unless you are on a certain group, on a certain board, and a certain mission, you're not going to get recognition.
That's true.
And it's wrong. It's people doing good things.
Yeah, it's been people that's done inbox me and how did you, get the idea of a daycare, and will you help me out? Yes, I had one literally stop me at the Dollar General and ask me, hey, I'm trying to open up a center, will you help me? Yes, call me, get a hold of me. Gave her my number and everything, then seen her again. I was like, are you what's going on? Well, I'm not even gonna lie, it's so many people inboxing me, asking me, telling me, are you still trying to be like Keisha? And then I tell her, well, Keisha's willing to help me. She ain't gonna help you. I'm like, are y'all serious? Are you serious right now?
That's called evil. It is. It's an evil spirit that is lurking around our people, our community, and it's bad because it's a veil. That veil needs to be lifted, because do people not understand what they are losing and missing out on because they are so pitiful thinking that they can't do it?
And that's an excuse. I told her, girl, you can't listen to them. I said, you can't listen to them. I said, why wouldn't I help you? I said, I done been there, you know what I mean? Such as opening up a center, and a home or whatever. But, like I say, I had somebody on my neck with the home daycare and on my neck with the, center as well. But it was just like, hey, you know what I mean?
But what if she was still on your neck and you just was like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's people that will push you and you still don't want to do it. You have to have it in you. And if that's in you, the reason why when you open those doors, it took off and became a success, and it led to something else and to something else, because that's what's rooted inside of you. So how did you get into the bouncy houses? Tell me about this. What is going on?
That one is funny. That one is funny. So I was at my sister's, and my sister was holding a meeting. And she had one of her friends over there that, we're real close to, we're mutual friends with. He's a guy. He lives in Indy. And Chloe's birthday was coming up. And they had a bounce house with a water slide that they had got last year that I've never opened up. And they was like, can we open it up for the 4th of July? I said, yeah, we opened it up for the 4th because we had everybody over here for the 4th. And her birthday was August 8th. And she was like, well, Mom, all I want is the water slide bouncy. And, that's it for my birthday. We can have that at the house. I said, okay, that's fine. So in between time, my sister was having a meeting, and her friend was there. And I was asking him about what all he did. And he was like, shoot, I do it all. I do bouncy houses. I do cotton candy machine, popcorn machine. I do it all. I was like, I said, well, I might need a, cotton candy machine and a popcorn machine for Chloe's birthday party in August. And he was like, oh, okay. So I totally forgot about the card he gave me. So my niece ended up sending me a picture of it and was like, TT, you forgot this here. So I looked, I was like, dang, I need to call him about this popcorn machine, cotton candy machine. So when I ended up calling him, I talked to him, and he was like, don't nobody do that there? I was like, well, Mr. Super Rent, from what I understand, still do it, such as the bouncy houses. I said, but I don't need a bouncy house, And he was like, I said, but dang, just bring in, cotton candy machine and popcorn machine a month. I said, that's a lot from Indy. Then he said, so you know what you need to do? I said, well, he said, you do it. I said, you know
what? Again, that's how entrepreneurs think.
Girl, that night when he told me to do it, Nika, I got on the phone, clicked on Amazon, and ordered up almost $1,200 worth of stuff that night and took off from there.
It's All it's a word. See,
Yes.
this world was created. It was created by a word being
Yes.
spoken. And then there was. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? So all had to happen. And somebody said, why don't you do it? Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? And especially if you got the means to be able to do that, why not?
Exactly.
Because I'm sure that $1,200 done paid for itself.
Girl.
You know what I'm saying?
Triple.
So that in itself, people don't understand a small investment. Once you get out there, it's gonna turn around.
Yes.
And my husband, it's so funny because he'd be like, "You give away everything for free." I'm like, "No, I don't. No, I don't." He was like, "Give away stuff." I said, "No, I'm planting seeds, baby.
Okay.
Trust me. I ain't giving away nothing free.
I know that's
right. I'm not because everything that I give out, I'm gonna get it back.
Hello.
And it's gonna be doubled and multiplied.
Yes.
Trust and believe that.
That's
but
how
what I do understand is this, and this is what I was told at a very young age when I knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur. Mm-hmm. If you ever want to be successful, you cannot promote yourself. That's the best way to be successful is to promote others.
That's true.
Because see, if I'm over here talking good about you,
yes,
and I'm lifting you up,
yes,
and I'm saying great things about you, that's going to get somebody curious. Why is this person saying such these good things about this person? And I want to learn more about it. But not only that, that says something about your character and your integrity. Because I'm not going to spend all day talking about what I can do. That's going to come. But what I need to tell you about is somebody else that is doing something that has a spark that you need to check out. And because I recommended that person to you and they are who I said they was, then guess what? That's going to come back. Yeah. And that's what we don't do. But when I'm over here saying, you know what? I wouldn't trust that person and I wouldn't help them and I wouldn't talk to them and I wouldn't do, guess what that's going to look like? You ain't doing nothing but stunting your own growth. You're not going to go anywhere because whatever you put out, it's going to come back to you. Exactly. And that person that you're talking about, you don't know what kind of bridges you burning. You don't know what they know, who they know, and what kind of doors they just shut. That's true. Instead of open for you. Yeah. And so my whole thing is I want to be able to give people an opportunity. And I told my grandpa when I was little, I said, Grandpa, one day I'm going to give people opportunities. And he was like, you ain't going to never be able to give nobody opportunity. You ain't the right color or the right sex. I know that's right. Y'all must have forgot who y'all raised. Hello. Because I've been able to do a lot and I fly under the radar when I do it because I don't need the credit for it. No, that's right. I need other people to see within themselves that they can do it. And Keisha, I get people so many times that don't like me or mad at me and say, well, we ain't where you at. Where I ain't nowhere. I'm right here. I'm right here. I'm right here. I'm right here. At the end of the day. And my thing is this, anything you want, anything you desire, go for it. It don't matter because you were made with a plan and a purpose. And if you got a desire in your heart, then let that thing come to fruition, no matter what anybody says, because if you don't do what you are called to do, he's going to take your gift and give it to somebody else. That's true. And you're going to be sitting back like, man, I could have did that. Could have, would have, should have. But if you do that, it's going to be multiplied. And now you, not only did you come back to your hometown, but you have started 2, 3 businesses and you can offer employment. So that right there shows that you're pouring into your community. That's commendable. Somebody needs to know that. You know what I'm saying? And so people are watching. And that's why I wanted to bring you on the show because I don't know. I get a lot of views. I don't ever get anybody that really comments or says anything. But right now I have like a 4,000 reach as far as viewers go. But I want people to know that there is a place for everybody in this world. Yeah. No matter what it is you're doing, no matter from the biggest to the smallest, we have a place in this world. And it's living proof because Muncie is producing talent. And the talent that we produce leaves here, not to look back, not to pour back. And if we can start with us, and if we can start to generate the wealth within our community and pour in, everybody don't want it. And that's okay. That's true. That's okay. But those who do want it, pour it on them, girl. Hello. Pour it on them. and you're going to get it back. So, you know, I commend you. And I know your mama's so proud. I just know she is. of what you're doing, and she right there and has your back, and having your children be involved and know what you do.
Yeah.
It's a blessing. I got to do a webinar here in 25 minutes, and the person keep calling me that I'm doing a webinar. But I'm not gonna answer because I'm on a live, and they should know that I'm on a live. Watch the live, y'all.
You funny. You funny.
Girl, now Fridays is when we get funny because Friday we do food and we talk crazy, and I got Reverend Connie to come on and she just eat and talk about what she done ate, but it's healthy stuff.
Yeah.
It's good healthy stuff. So vegan stuff. I'm trying to get there. I went meatless for a week or two, and wow. I probably could do that though. I like vegetables and meat. Sometimes I just don't be feeling it. It just depends. But anyways, I'm just saying, as the community of people, we need to do better. Earlier today, I had a gentleman from the Indiana Small Business Development.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, he was talking about all the resources that's out there, all the things that you can do, like to get incorporated in businesses, if you have a business and you want to take it to the next level.
Yeah.
And he said this. He said that Muncie, he don't see a whole lot of people coming to take advantage of that opportunity.
Wow.
But Anderson, he said, they thriving. And we wonder why we're not growing. Yeah. We wonder why. And it's because, is it that we don't know about opportunities, or is it we don't care? Because I can guarantee you can put a picture up with your lips poached out talking about, hey, and you're going to get 1,000 likes. But if you put up that picture talking about how successful your business is and how everything is going well, not one person is going to comment on it. It makes no sense whatsoever.
That's true. You're right. You're right.
So what do you think that might be? What do you think it is that has people to act that way towards one another in our community?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out myself. I'm not trying to be funny. I don't know. I don't understand it. I don't understand the concept on why, people act like that. But honestly, I know a lot of people that was telling me it was a lot of resources out there. Finally, you know what I'm saying? But before then, it's a lot of grants. It's a lot, excuse me. It's a lot of grants. It's a lot of grants out there. It's a lot of loans. Where? You know what I mean? And then when you apply for them or try to, I don't know. I just ain't never had no good luck. I ain't trying to be funny with them. So
well, no worries. See, again, call me. I got resources.
Because I haven't had good luck. I mean, it's like
I got resources. And see, yes, hold on. But you know what? I do. I told my husband too. I said, it's so funny because when you think of things and you be like, well, I need to get a professional. And I'm like, I'm a professional. I promise you, I'm a professional. Whatever you gonna go and pay all of this high money for,
yeah,
I promise I'm gonna save you time. I'm gonna save you money. I'm gonna save you energy. We got to work together. And that's the thing. The same thing with people coming to your job or coming to your business looking for a job, but they don't understand it's for real. It's professional.
Exactly.
This ain't just the do drop in. And so when people start seeing things that are real, it scares them.
Mm-hmm.
And so I can only imagine when you started your business, going into it was probably scary. Am I gonna make it? Is it gonna survive? What if it don't survive? Then what people gonna say? Who cares? Because if it don't survive after the 500th time, 501, it's gonna happen. Just don't give up.
That's true. And I thought about that too. I'm like, I'm leaving this job, like you said, good benefits, great money. And I just literally I walk by faith. That's what I did. I quit and just said, Lord, be with me. And he was with me and he let me take off and I took off.
Exactly. And that's the thing, when you put God first, everything else. And so you mentioned it, and everybody that I've talked to this week, and it's not intentional because you're the first female that I've talked to this week. Well, no, the second female, but you're the first one with a family. The other one I talked to, she was 21 and she was starting out and she had been struggling with her mom and bad relationships. And so this is what started her online marketing business. Yeah. But I had a gentleman that does wealth, that does mental wealth and has a mental wealth academy. And then I had Lethea that was on. And both of them said It was the family structure, the family, the husband, the wife, and the team. You know, and not only that, your husband, y'all moved back here.
Yeah.
He could have been like, no, I ain't doing that. That could have tore y'all apart. But y'all came together and worked on that thing, and he's supporting you in that. Your family supporting you in that,
Yeah.
and that's how it works. That's
Yeah.
what continues to create the success. So
Yeah.
I commend y'all for that.
Thank you. Yeah, you're right. Because he sure said he was like, you driving back and forth, and I wasn't getting no sleep because I was doing first and second shift, girl. I was opening up at 5:30 in the morning, closing at 11:30 at night, driving from Muncie back to Fishers. Then I had to turn around and do it again. By the time I got there, it was about 1:30, almost 2 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? Almost 1:30. Going to sleep no later than 2. Then having to get up at 4:30. Get what? I got about 2.5 hours worth of sleep.
See? But it's paying off, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely
exactly.
now. Yeah.
Yes.
But I was like a zombie at first, though. I was like, oh, my God, I'm really like working from 5:30 in the morning to 11:30 at night. Like,
well, I'm glad you didn't give up. I'm glad that Angie stayed on top of you. Yeah. I'm glad to see that you got 2 opened up. You're getting ready to open up a 3rd one, and you got the bounce house going on. Yeah. I will be getting in touch because in May we gonna be needing that going down.
Definitely. Hey, I'm gonna have bigger and better bite next year. So yeah, we're gonna be cracking on the bounce house.
And you know what's funny, LaCria, she has got a business going on that has the yard signages.
Yes.
And so I'm gonna get her on here, but she had, girl, I'm like, poor baby. She had some stuff going on with her eyes, and so she was like, I can't do it right now. And I said, that's okay, because the enemy is always trying to distract some people.
That's true.
But I'm saying those are 2 different businesses, but they can still work together. That could be a collaboration right there with stuff. So you know, I mean, right now, what I want you to do is tell people how they find you, how they can come for employment that are serious, and what you look to do next.
Okay, you can find me at 1300 East Magalia Road, which is the Kids Coloring Box 2, not 2, number 2, but TOO as in also. I'm looking for a part-time employee, you know what I mean? Not full-time, at least 25 hours a week, as for now. And what am I looking to do next is opening up a 3rd daycare. I don't know if it'll be a home or a center, but I'm going to tell you, it won't be in Muncie, though.
Okay.
It will not be in Muncie.
Expansion. There you go. And
that's exactly what
you laid the groundwork.
Yeah, got my heart set on going somewhere else, but it won't be here.
Amen. Well, I commend you. God bless you and all that you do. Always keep the Lord first. Make sure you tend to your husband.
Definitely.
Kids ain't always gonna be there, so when they leave, y'all gonna have to hold on tight to each other. Cause they get up and goes fast, girl. Now sometimes I'll be wanting to go fast.
Man, I told my last 2, y'all staying with me forever.
See, I know, right? I try to convince everybody we can just get a big old compound. Y'all can go to school around here, and we can just, you know, when y'all get married, because I think that's what we need to do. We need to get that family back.
Yes.
We need to quit going off and try, you know, keep it in the family. And so I love what you're doing. I love you, and I respect you, and I thank you for taking the time out tonight and coming on here. And I definitely want to talk to you in the future.
Yes.
When you do some more stuff, because I know you got some stuff going on, and you probably need to write some of that stuff down.
I will.
Because it's called a blueprint now that you've done it. Now you can, and if people are coming and asking you to help them, it's okay to help. But
I'm all
write the stuff down so that way you ain't always got to be.
Hey, how to help with a daycare. Now the center. Now the home, I could do it with my eyes closed. I could have did it with my eyes closed. Now the center, I could do that with my eyes closed. All the stuff I went through to get that center, girl, it's up here.
Oh, you gotta write it down. Write this stuff down. But listen, I would love to put a link on my website so that way anybody that wants to get a hold of you or that wants to visit your website as well, it'll be a link. They can just come and go or whatever. Because a lot of times that's how we connect. And I have what's called network friends. And so there might be somebody that's looking for something, and then they can be connected to you, or even within that group, you can find connections that can help you, because there's people with so many resources that's in that group. And so, and they work together, and they are Christian, and they love helping people. So, okay. So hang on for a second and don't go away. Just stay there while I end this broadcast. Hey, you guys, thank you for joining us tonight. You know what? It does not matter who you are, where you are, what's going on in your life. If you have a desire in your heart to do something, do it. It does not matter what anybody says, what anybody thinks. If God put a desire in your heart, go ahead and do that thing. Follow and pursue it, knowing that if God put you there, he'll bring you through it, okay? So let's support our local businesses. Let's support our minorities. Let's support our women minorities in business. Let's lift each other up. We can't keep tearing each other down, because if you make it, we can all make it. And so why not? And I said something like this the other day to somebody. If you play on a sports team, and if you just warm the bench, if they win, we all win. You're going to get a ring.
True.
Get your ring. Get your ring.
Yes.
Be a part of the team. Sometimes being solo is okay, but I promise you, it's so much better when we do it together. So until next time, you guys, thank you for joining Mind Your Business. Thank you, Keisha, for being on. And remember, as always, you were created with a purpose. God bless.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, no problem. Don't log out.